Hello, welcome to White Birch Tarot. This reading is for Tuesday, February 7th and Wednesday, February 8th, but it's sort of, it's a late reading for the full moon in Leo. Apologize, I missed it. So this is still, the energy of this full moon was so strong. It's still out there. And we had the sun and the moon both square the planet Uranus. And we also had Venus square Uranus, I believe. So there's a lot of tension. This was a very challenging full moon. And I think the repercussions are going to be felt for for the entire month, I think. So I'm going to start off with a quote. And I just found this last night and I really like it. It says, "Love is the most difficult and dangerous form of courage. Courage is the most desperate, admirable, and noble kind of love." So, and it was written by someone named Delmore Schwartz. I've never heard of this person. Actually, I think the most courageous thing is going through life with a name like Delmore Schwartz, but that's just me. No offense, Mr. Schwartz. That is beautiful, though. Love is the most difficult and dangerous form of courage. That is the truth, is it not? As someone pointed out to me, someone I was talking to, they said, when you fall in love with someone or get married or whatever, it's a setup, because if you mean it to be forever, one of you is going to die first. Unless, of course, you die together. That's depressing. Okay. We won't go there, but that's true if you think about it. Okay, so I'm going to start out with because I wanted to use my full moon in Leo card, and I'm a couple nights late, but here it is anyway, because as I said, the energy is still out there. So this is what the card says. I'm not sure if I like these cards or not, but I think I do. Don't let pride get in your way. That's always good advice, is it not? And that's one of the downsides of Leo, which is a wonderful sign, but they can be a little proud. So start with that. Okay, so I'm using the Mythic Tarot by Liz Green. I apologize for my voice. I'm tired. It's late. I'm going to try to go through this kind of quickly, but it looks interesting. And I just took a cursory glance at it. So we start out with the Lovers, which is generally called the choice these days. You have a choice in front of you, and you must choose, okay? You don't get to not choose. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic choice, which it is in this one. This is Paris judging between, is that, let's see, that's Athena, that's Aphrodite. Who's that? Hera? No, she was married. Oh, well. Anyway, Helen of Troy, I think. Okay. So he's trying to choose, and you have a choice in front of you that you have to make at this point in your life. You can't avoid it. And remember that not choosing is also a form of choosing, because if you don't choose anything, you've chosen to stay the same way you are. Then we get the Magician in reverse. I struggled with whether to do reversals tonight or not, but I ended up doing them. So now it's doing that weird focusing thing. Okay, I'm going to have to lay the card down, because if I breathe, it goes wonky. Okay, the Magician. So here we have the power to manifest. Here we have the second card in the deck, right after the Fool. This is a Fool when he's gathered the tools. He's got the cup, the pentacle, the sword, and the wand. He's got all the elements, and he's calling down... Let me hold it upright. He's calling down the power from on high so that he can manifest his desires. But he's in the reverse, which tells me he doesn't know what his desires are. He has not yet decided. Okay, then we get the Seven of Cups, which, if Sheila is watching, this is the card you drew in the other deck. This is the card of illusion. Okay, this is the card, I better put it down. It's doing that thing again. This is a card where you have castles in the air, where you dream of something and you think, I'm going to do this and I'm going to have that. And maybe you are, but you must think realistically, because if you don't make any move toward whatever that thing is that you want, you're not going to get it. So if you want to write that novel, or you want to, get that job or whatever it is, you better make some concrete steps to do so, because just wishing for it is not going to bring it to you. And that can be kind of dangerous too, if you start wishing for things that maybe aren't so good for you, or, they're unrealistic. So this is telling us to be more realistic. Then I drew the Two of Swords. And again, this is another choice. This is a choice. And this one is a little bit more internal. The other one was like a life choice. This one's a little bit more in your head. It's like two thoughts. Do I listen to the part of me that's saying, no, you can't do that? Or do I listen to the part of me that's saying, yes, you can do that, or you should do that? A friend of mine for my birthday sent me a refrigerator magnet that says, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. So this is conflicting ideas, and you really need to sit with them and figure out which one's telling you the truth. Because then we get the Ace of Swords, okay? And this is an idea, a new idea, a bold idea, but it's in the reverse, which I'm not quite sure how to interpret in this context, except I would say, again, be careful, especially if it's a really big idea. Just make sure that your idea is grounded in reality. That's what I'm getting from that. This was a very strange reading. Then we get the Nine of Cups. Here come the cups. Cups are emotional, the happiness, satisfaction. The Nine of Cups is about celebrating with friends and feeling emotionally fulfilled, having good relationships. This is a really nice card. And with the full moon in Leo, Leo is a wonderful card. Leo rules the heart. It rules generosity and creativity and your authentic self and your childlike self. Not your childish self, but your childlike self. It rules play and romance. It's a wonderful sign. So there's some good energy out there to be had from friends. So don't neglect that. And then we get Justice, which I think is interesting, because Justice is all about balance. And again, this is like Libra. This is an air sign, so this is thinking. This is to be balanced in your thinking, which goes along with the Two of Swords. If you're going to make a choice, you need to come from, I don't know if you can see that, or that just dropped down on my screen. I don't know. Okay. You need to make a choice, because the ideas are conflicting in your head. So try really hard to weigh the options and be fair, especially if you're dealing with someone else. If you're having a discussion or you have to deal with someone else, try to be fair and stay level, okay? Stay level. Don't go on one side or the other. And then we get the Four of Cups, which, again, cups are emotions. And four is telling you to be, when it's in the upright, it's usually kind of a feeling of, you can see she's kind of bored and depressed in the middle. They're all kind of sitting around like, what are we going to do now? I'm not very happy. When it's in the reverse, I feel like it's telling you to stay emotionally neutral. That it's a good thing to keep your emotions in check, because you don't want them to get out of balance right now. You want to stay emotionally, not removed exactly, but just calm. And don't get too excited. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Try to stay balanced. We need that right now. And then this card was kind of stuck on the bottom, and it wanted to come out, so I took it. And it's the Ten of Cups. So we have the 4, the 7, the 9, and the 10 of Cups. A lot of emotional energy here. And this is emotional fulfillment of the highest, but it's in the reverse. So it's telling me, again, that, I don't want to say don't aim too high, but maybe keep your expectations realistic. How about that? Because it may not be quite all exactly what you wanted it to be, but since we got the 9 of Cups in the upright, as long as you stay realistic and don't go off into fantasy land and think, oh, I want everything to be perfect. If you stay realistic, I think you can achieve a measure of happiness. but I almost want to say don't overdo it. Okay. And I think just for clarity's sake tonight, I'm going to stick with, and I just drew the same card that I drew 2 nights ago for someone else. If it comes out again, I swear to God, oh no, it didn't. Okay. Okay, well, this is very interesting. This is my second favorite card in this deck. These are the Wisdom of the Oracle cards. Time to go. Time to go. So the choice is almost a choice that you, I'm not going to say you don't have any control over, but you are forced to make a choice. And if you don't realize that it's time to go, then you are probably not going to reap the rewards of the happiness. You're going to get the 10 of Cups in reverse and the 4 of Cups rather than the 9 of Cups. But if you will let go, if you will let whatever it is that you had, that you thought was, like the dream, whatever, you thought this is it, it's going to last forever, and it didn't, or it doesn't appear to be, you've got to realize it's time to let go of something in order to let the new in. Wow, this card really gets me. I got this in a personal reading once from someone, and it was very moving and very right on track. Let's draw one more. This one really wants to come out. Peace. Something is changing. You have to make a choice. You have to leave something behind. But it's not going to work unless you feel peace about it. You need to achieve peace about something that, that you need to leave behind. You've got to, feel peaceful about your decision. So sit with it, just like, where did Justice go? Sit with it, For some reason I was thinking she had a blindfold on. This isn't blind Justice. She's wide-eyed and thinking, and this is Athena with the owl on her shoulder. She's thinking very clearly. So weigh your options. You have a choice to make. You have to make a choice. I mean, you don't have to, but if you don't, it's probably going to be made for you, or you're going to stagnate if you don't make a choice. Time to let something go. And if you're moving in a new direction, I don't see any new directions here, but I do see someone wanting to manifest, but not starting yet, which is okay, because you're still letting go. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I'm sorry I missed the full moon, but I think this is still full moon energy. I think it was a very powerful full moon. And just remember, again, love is the most difficult and dangerous form of courage. It does take courage to love deeply, because it hurts. When it ends, it hurts. So get out there and love. Okay, blessings. Thank you. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, and I will talk to you later. Good night.